We have a cold night in the Northeast. A bad evening to be without a parka, but we are set for football at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the New York Jets.
Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Jets ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led out by Zach Wilson, former 2nd overall pick, now in his 3rd season out of BYU.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. The numbers for Hall in last week's ball game.
There was no answer for him defensively. Over 200 yards. 2 touchdowns to boot.
And that was a fun film to watch because a few of those runs, it was apparent he was just not going to be denied. And his team is hoping that carries over to this week as well.
Here's Wilson.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. The Jets at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. They were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And it's a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's 2nd leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
Herbert's this throw taken in by Johnston. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Back to throw here, Herbert. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got us a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. A quick check on the numbers for Keenan Allen from last week. 5 catches, 77 yards.
And he was able to pull that last pass in, but he's going to face a tall order here because he's going up against the number 2 unit in the NFL against the pass.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Quentin Williams, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, last game he had 2 sacks, got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Herbert now. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive.
And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
All again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
7 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 46, here's 2nd and 3.
Play action. Now Wilson. Able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin.
They just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. When you talk about the defense for these Chargers, they enter this one number 13, Charles, in the NFL in stopping the run.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank in stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 15-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the Jets are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Hall again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to run with Hall. And this time he is in. BREECE Hall hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. So it's a pretty good season he's putting together running the football. That now 10 rushing touchdowns on the year.
And we know this is a passing league, and those numbers throwing the football, they seem to go up and up every year. But there's still something to having a reliable back you can count on in the red zone to bring things home for you. And that's what he's been doing all season long.
Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. And it was capped off by a BREECE Hall touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Here now, 2nd and 4. Herbert off of play action. And the Jets pressure, 2 notches, down he goes. John Franklin Myers just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
You don't confuse Franklin Myers with the all-pros of the Jets defense, but don't underestimate his role on the team. Dependable, big body, and a little pass rush chops too. 11 sacks over the last 2 seasons.
See what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. And that'll hit the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. New York set to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
And this defense not giving him anything there, maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard. I can assure you, setting up a screen is much more difficult than it appears. It requires excellent timing from everyone on the offense, and the defense's number.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Kenneth Murray in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
On 4th down, here's the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt for the Jets. And the rookie Darius Davis deep for the Chargers. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
Well, that's a tough, costly penalty, because now it makes it 3rd and 6 after the false start.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. This is 3rd and 1, very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Now it's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown.
Jalen Guyton,
his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chargers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jets going to go on offense one last time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
So now Wilson and the Jets with a 3rd and long here following the sack.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Final play of the half, it's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And that's going to be incomplete.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Patrick Mahomes, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we'll head east to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Adam Thielen, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's get to Pittsburgh to check on the Steelers at home in Acrisure Stadium. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Ryan Tannehill, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Meanwhile, in our game, each team able to manage just 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 is our score. And for the call of the second half, we send it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
This fielded right at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this 3rd quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play.
Puts it on the carpet. It's out.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Here's Herbert. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Up the middle with Eckler. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Herbert's throw into the hands of his receiver, Guyton. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Herbert, that's complete, right around the 8. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A give, Eckler running to the right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. That is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Quentin Johnston, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes the score 14-7. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Wilson.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run with Hall.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And, Charles, you look at this offense, their struggles moving the ball well documented. Dead last in the NFL in first downs, but signs of life there.
Yeah, and you and I do, I think, a really good job of respecting the game and respecting the teams. But this squad, they're in position now where their fan base gets excited when they pick up a first down. They cheer almost like they picked up a touchdown.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47.
A give, running right is Hall.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Wilson.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 41.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down LA. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Out of the gun, Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 11. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Second and 7. Here's Hall again. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Now Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Wilson's throw into the hands of Cobb. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding 2nd half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire 2nd half.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. Second and goal from the 1.
And they'll run again.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York.
BREECE Hall.
His second touchdown of the night.
And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
What a way to wrap up the week in the NFL. All tied on this Monday night as the kick is away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
1st down, and they stick with Eckler. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Draw play. It's Eckler. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A little short pass. This is Everett. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Eckler running it, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw.
Herbert, he'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's 3rd down.
Looking to throw.
Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play. Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Hall to start the drive.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
Here comes second down.
Throwing is Wilson. Open man here is Conklin. They had to get it away from their end zone somewhat, but still a long way to go.
Had to start somewhere. That's probably the best outcome possible.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Here's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hall. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football, so this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Throwing now is Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Now Wilson.
Got a man, that's Lazard.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And that is no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. And, Charles, I'm no psychologist, not going to pretend to play one here, not on TV, but it looked to me like the icing that might have gotten to him there.
I think it's a good idea. You and I will stay out of that business, but different kickers react in different ways. It doesn't faze some of them. Others, you're not quite sure, but for whatever the reason, this game is still tied.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Herbert.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
The noise is getting deafening. Here's 3rd down and 3. Throwing, Herbert. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Chargers going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So now this one's going to rest on the foot of their second-year kicker. This from 55 yards out. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
This one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won, and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
So for Los Angeles,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From MetLife Stadium, good night, everybody.